What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Sports Minorities podcast. Your home for not-so-expert analysis, predictions, ties that come out of nowhere, and a whole bunch of other shit talking. I'm your host and resident Titans fan, JC. Joining me on the podcast are...
Chicken Wing holding it down for the few, the proud, the many Niners fans out there.
Oh my goodness.
And all the ones that jumped back on the bandwagon this week.
Yes,
Right?
yes,
back on the wagon. Yeah.
I'd like to remind everybody, as a resident Giants fan who loves stats, that the Detroit Lions are undefeated in November from the bye week and the draw. So just watch out for the Super Bowl run.
They're on their way up, guys.
Yep.
They're definitely on the way up. Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Rob. I'm back. Had some internet issues and some alarm not being set issues. So, yeah. Hey, how you doing?
Hello, beautiful people. DJ here, resident Cowboys fan, with a special message for all Atlanta Falcons fans out there.
Oh, Jesus.
It's any consolation. This won't go down in the history books as a game where you blew a big lead because you never had the lead to begin with.
That was just rude.
To you, JC.
That's
But Auburn did, though. Oh,
Hey,
too soon?
I mean,
He's not
you know,
wrong, though.
the funniest part about that game is when the score was actually 28-3, and the Falcons Twitter account was like, "Yeah, we know."
yeah.
I screamed when I shared everybody. I shared that was the tweet of the year.
so
Yeah.
funny.
I screamed.
Yeah, we know. We got it. Yeah.
Before we get going, I want to say special congrats to Chicken Wing on his 3-year wedding anniversary.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Happily
Mike.
married,
Mike.
and you're spending your
Yay.
time on your anniversary here recording a podcast with us. We do appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Appreciate that, buddy.
Yeah.
I got my beating earlier today, so that's okay.
Much
Okay,
love
okay.
to the Cowboys fans.
Damn right.
Yes, she reminded me.
All Cowboys fans, yes.
Yeah.
It is the one day a year that Mike's winning.
Yep.
Hey, that's why he's got first. All right.
So we're going to talk about all the craziness of Week 10, and it's like just the week before was upset weekend. It's like just when you thought you couldn't get any crazier, you go and pull this and totally redeem yourself, right? Dumb and Dumber quote here. The standings were crazy. We had our first tie this season, first tie in 2 years actually, and why NFL players don't understand. Yes, there are ties in the NFL. I still don't get it. We'll have a What's Bothering the Minorities segment, and of course make our Week 11 predictions. So how do we do with Week 10? Well, Chicken Wing, the only one of us to have a winning record last week, 7-6-1. Rob went 6-7-1. Myself and Nori 5-8-1. And DJ had the unavoidable bad week when you're in the lead, 4-9-1. Shout out to Chicken Wings 49ers with that record there. So
Yes.
yeah.
That's unnecessary. That's uncalled for.
Yes.
That's uncalled for. I blame the Detroit organization. I blame the Pittsburgh organization because nobody wanted to win the game, and that's their fault. I should have been 4-10. That's what should have happened. Anyway, all right.
Are you surprised, though? Are you
5-9.
All right, what's that, Mike? What's that, Mike?
Are you surprised, though?
Yeah, because I thought they were going to lose all their games. I'm surprised.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They tied. They're pulling off a Super Bowl run now.
So-
They're on the way up now, guys. They got
Is anybody picking Detroit to win this week? Yeah, probably.
I mean,
might.
they're
Hold
playing
on.
who?
They're playing Cleveland without Baker. So.
Ooh, there we
Yeah.
go. Yeah.
Case Keenum, my guy.
don't do that. Don't do that.
So how are the standings looking overall? DJ is still in first at 90 wins. Chicken Wing at second with 89 correct picks. I'm in third with 88, so it's anybody's game still. Nori's in fourth with 84. Rob in fifth with 82 correct picks.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correctamundo.
It's close. So let's talk Week 10. There's a lot to dissect here. And so, Chicken Wing, since you had the best record for the week, you actually get to go first. Your thoughts on Week 10 in the NFL?
glad I
I will
didn't
dog
watch it.
y'all's ass. That's my thought.
Really? Whooped? That's what you did?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
7-6-1.
7-6, that's what you did? Yeah, man.
Yeah. I
You
mean,
crushed it.
4-9, 49er,
Just
right?
like shut
Man?
the fuck up, Mike. God damn. Can we go to the next week? Next segment. Next segment.
Didn't even get Happy's picks right, but he whooped their asses. Unbelievable.
You know, the funny part is, overall on Yahoo, the best record for picks was actually 12-1-1.
Who? How would somebody know?
The only game he got wrong was Chargers in Minnesota. And that was the
Really?
highest score for... Yeah, he got every other pick
I
correct.
think everybody got that one wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
Goddamn
Yeah,
Chargers,
yeah.
you fucking frauds.
Well,
They really are.
Anyway, Chicken Wing,
I
your
thought
thoughts
they
on
were
Week
good.
10. Go for it, buddy.
so my thoughts is, wow. Not only the games were completely lopsided, like nobody's business, but
Lopsided.
wow to some of these losses that I saw. And so, yeah, just a lot of surprises, really. Miami just having their way with Baltimore the way they did, that surprised the shit out of me.
I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Baltimore's
Mac Jones
unacceptable.
showing everybody why he was the second coming.
Is that really surprising, though? I mean,
Yes. The way he was playing this year, yes.
The system,
okay.
System is working.
System is working. You know, that's
I
what
thought it'd be
it
a good
is.
pick. I thought he would grow up in year 2, not year 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
True.
unfortunately.
It was quite a gamble cutting Cam. It's paying off, you know.
Ooh, speaking of Cam, man.
I'm gonna assume this pick is pissing off Nori the way we beat the dog shit out of LA on Monday.
damn it.
I was more shocked than anything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so was I. So was everybody.
Yeah.
I called it on the
Let's be
fucking
honest here.
podcast. I goddamn called it.
I know! Why did you change it?
Because I'm a coward. That's why.
Coward.
God damn it. I'll wait my turn. I'll just do here in anger.
All right.
To be fair, Rob did point out it was Goff that was the QB whenever we would beat on LA like that.
Doesn't matter.
So-
Garoppolo owns that uniform, and I should have fucking stuck with it. But I'm going to stew here in rage until then.
Okay.
Jimmy G.
And then the second coming, Taylor Heineke came out, took care of business.
All right.
That's a great way transitioning to Rob. Rob, your thoughts on Week 10?
This
My bad, bro.
week was the worst. Like, I tuned in and
Yeah,
I was
bet
like,
it is.
Tom Brady threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter for the first time in like 10 years. I'm like, wait a minute, 10 years? He's only been in the league for... Nah. So I looked it up, and it really was. First time,
Yeah.
I was like, this game's done. I'm done with football. I just... Yeah. It's just done. And then the other one was like the news that Cam went back, and then Kyler was still out, D-Hop was still out, and for some reason I still had Arizona picked. Like...
I
They had-
honestly
they had
didn't
the
realize
counselor.
D-Hop and
They had
Kyler
the-
were out, or otherwise I would have changed mine. I didn't check the injury update, so.
Like the God King McCoy. Yeah, no.
Yeah, he likes to remind us every once in a while why he's a backup.
Facts.
He's good to win one game, kind of like Casey.
Exactly.
Keenum, you know?
He
Yeah.
got his one.
Yeah.
He's got his
Too many
one.
games in a row, and he can't handle that. He can't handle that.
Damn
Speaking
shame.
of Brady, I actually had him on my fantasy, and I was like, it was like halfway through the third quarter. I was like, why does he not have any points? What is this sorcery?
Yeah, Mike's like,
And then-
you won, Nori. Yeah, okay.
I did. So like it was like middle of afternoon games. I was like, okay, I'm not gonna win this. So I texted Nori. I was like, hey man, GG's, you win. It's all good. Nori's like, it's not over. I'm like, nah, bro, it's over. And then here
Yeah,
comes the night game, and I was just like, wait, why is this happening? Not that I'm
Wait,
complaining.
Devo. Wait.
Yeah.
Because I'm winning now. And I'm
Yeah.
just like, oh, I won, yay! So fuck you, Nori.
Basically, in a nutshell. Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
we got it. All right.
That happened.
You guys have already mentioned a lot of the big surprises already. I'm just going to ask this question after Week 10. Is KC back?
No.
Yep.
No.
No,
I mean,
Yeah, they sure shit are.
No, they're gonna run into Dallas's unfortunately good defense this week.
Appreciate that, Rob. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I can't wait to get to that pick.
yeah, me too. I'll ask that, and I'll just say this: it's basically what we learned from Pittsburgh and Detroit is that if the Steelers don't have Ben Roethlisberger, they're just as good as the Detroit Lions. That's basically what we got there.
yes,
And
yes.
okay, I know people have been debating, should there be ties in the NFL? Should there not be ties in the NFL? My answer is yes. If you can't decide a regular season game 10 minutes after it should have ended, you both deserve a tie. That's it. Okay.
I agree.
You know what?
agree with you.
I think they both deserve a loss. That's just me.
I agree
That's
for a
what I
different
think.
reason. That is, it's one of the most physical games on planet Earth, and I would hate to see in double overtime, another player get hurt for the year or whatever because they're working on sheer exhaustion, and they're already playing 17 games. So the 1 week off ain't shit. At a certain point, we need player safety, and at a certain point, you got to just cut it off.
That's a good reason. Like, save the ongoing overtime into the playoffs when you actually need to win. You know, that's when it should make sense.
Exactly.
But that overtime is probably the biggest comedy of errors for a tie that I've ever seen. It's insane.
Oh my god.
I just want to know if any Lions fans are out there. Have you auditioned to be the next, or tried out to be the next Lions kicker on TikTok? Because that seems to be all the rage right now. Set up a chip shot field goal. If you make it, show up to practice. Maybe they might sign you.
I mean,
you know,
you're in. If you make it, you're in because the kicker can't do it. You're in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of scores, lack thereof. Let's talk about how Green Bay.
That was surprising.
Blank Seattle.
Russell Wilson back, and the offense couldn't get any points.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Can I get my
man.
goddamn term on this fucking podcast?
Yeah.
No.
Nori, go for it. Actually, you know what? Take your turn. You're next anyway. So, what are
Is
your thoughts?
anybody surprised that Russell Wilson scored 0 points against Green Bay? Fucking Mike Edwards. Can I get my goddamn turn?
Okay,
Yes.
go for it.
I was answering the question.
That shocked me more than anything else there. That was crazy. I thought Green Bay was just going to beat him in a shootout. But Russell Wilson's never been blanked before. It's never happened.
Never.
Nope.
So he clearly is not ready to come back.
You think they rushed him back just to try to
I think
salvage
so.
something? Yeah.
Absolutely.
I
Because if
watched
you have
that
Geno
game.
Smith as your starting quarterback, you would bring back the janitor before you fucking keep starting him. So yeah.
I
He
think
cared
so,
about his
'cause,
health.
like if you pay attention, he was nursing his finger the whole time he was playing,
hmm
and I was like, they rushed him back. They should have not come back that quick.
That's good. Yeah, because I mean, Geno Smith's under center. They're like, we don't have a fucking chance. Russell, you 70%? Okay, great. Get under center. That's pretty much how it was.
70. You being generous.
Russell, you 10%. Good. Let's go.
Let's go, buddy. You're in there.
Nori, there's a couple things I want to specifically ask you about this week. One is, and I'm sure you'll tell us about the Rams-Niners situation there, how you picked, how it ended up. And two, your thoughts now on Mike White.
He still believes.
Rest in peace, Mike White. The legend.
Fucking
The
dead.
legend was real. I will tell my grandkids stories of you, of how you threw for 700 yards, and every 10 years we'll just add more yards and touchdowns. For how you were the king. You were the king of kings. On the fourth day, Mike White rose from the dead, and that was a fun week. Of I'm still your number one fan. If you ever decide to play functional fucking football again, I'm still your number one fan. So hang in there, buddy.
On the 4th day he rose. On the 11th day he was gone.
Yeah. And then, of course, the Rams-Niners. I mean, you called it on the podcast.
I want to hear this.
Yeah,
Because I listened to that. I was like, why didn't he pick
Jimmy Garoppolo owns many things. He owns a beautiful home. He has a lovely family, and he owns the fucking Rams. And I went against my gut.
Wings head too. He owns real estate.
And I went against my gut, and I shouldn't have. And I let you cucks talk me out of it. I'm sitting there Sunday morning like, man, maybe these imbeciles have a fucking point here because we're all getting our ass whooped. But maybe they're right about this. I'm going to pick the Rams because they just got Odell. They got Von Miller. They shouldn't fucking lose to anybody. No. Jimmy Garoppolo's like, all right, Nori, I'm a fan of your show. And, yeah. I'm not wrong. I can't think of anything else. So, God King Garoppolo, I will never pick against you against the Rams. Until they start beating you. I'm sorry, King.
I'm glad you clarified against the Rams. But
Against the
anything else?
I told you guys that. I said I fucking said they swept the Rams last year.
What was this more indicative of just the Niners playing Niners owning the Rams, or is this because the Rams have now lost 2 games in a row?
There's some weird shit in the NFL where
Blowouts.
sometimes
Think about it.
like for whatever it is, the Titans, for whatever reason, they play the Colts tough no matter who's the fucking quarterback. There's just some random fucking rivalries where somebody just has an edge for whatever fucking reason. I can't figure it out. The Rams are better on almost all sides of the ball. I don't understand what's happening for that fucking all-star team and why they lost 2 in a row. It's maddening to me.
Vaughn was getting pancaked.
Oh yeah, he sure did.
Odell Beckham Jr. got
Wow,
two catches
that's a
and
nice
was just
way
shut
of putting
down.
it.
And I think a lot of that had to do with the who's the receiver that got injured earlier in the week for the
Robert
Rams?
Wood.
Robert Woods.
Robert Woods.
Or his
That-
ACL, yeah.
Yeah,
In practice. That
in
sucks.
practice. And that, you signed Odell thinking, okay, now we have a couple of deep threats.
You
We have some
have
can
a
spread it
third,
around.
yeah.
Well, now that guy's not there, so the teams can focus on just one player more, you know?
Right, but you still have a 49ers secondary that should be getting chewed up. Like, on paper.
Easy.
On paper, Rams should have won this on paper. But, like, and it's the NFL. That's why we love this sport. Anybody can win. But holy balls, man. Like, Rams, you got way too much invested into you. All eyes are on you. You better putting some fucking wins together. There's no excuse now. Don't
It's
say the talent's
2
not
weeks in
there.
a row of Stafford looking like he was playing in Detroit again. And, Chicken's been saying it all season, the Rams are so inconsistent. And he knows this division better than we do. So
Facts.
it's starting to show. DJ, your thoughts on Week 10?
I'd like to do Week 10 all over again and then pick every other team I pick to lose to win for the most part. That's what I would like to do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good
it's pretty. Yeah, I thought so. It's pretty fucking bad. So, I mean, we could talk about the Rams game because obviously I thought the Rams were going to win that, and Matt Stafford threw another pick six. I mean, two weeks in a row where he throws back-to-back interceptions on back-to-back drives. I don't understand what's happening.
Yeah.
What's going on there? They literally threw the farm at anybody who would come there and said, "Yes, we have an all-star team," and then they lost 2 straight games. I don't get it.
Sounds great.
Here's the interesting thing. Teams that have going into this have lost 2 more games in a row now. That are surprising, I should say. Baltimore has lost 2 games in a row. Tampa Bay has lost 2 in a row. The Rams have now lost 2 in a row.
The Browns can't win back-to-back games, which I said last
Browns
week.
cannot. I guess the Chargers now have lost 2 in a row, at least, right?
They're gonna keep losing.
Yeah, it's
I don't know. They're playing Pittsburgh this week.
Pittsburgh does not have Roethlisberger, so they're just as good. I
Yeah,
think the
you
Chargers
guys,
can beat
you
the
guys are
Lions
all in
light.
some kind of. You guys are also on some kind of fucking illegal drugs. If you actually picking against the Chargers this week, even how bad the Chargers have been playing, they couldn't even fucking beat Detroit. No way I'm picking. No, I'm not picking against them. You guys are crazy.
Good point. Oh, and of course, let's not forget. I also put faith in a gentleman that last week was referred to as Mike Goddamn White.
He is my goddamn white. Don't you?
Now he's just some guy. He's just some asshole named Mike.
Excuse me.
Another asshole named Mike.
Yeah, another asshole named Mike.
Jesus
Damn.
Christ.
We know.
Christ.
We know another one. Now, I'm not going to mention where he is right now. We know another one, but
Y'all have
this
so
this
much
guy's
hate
just
for Mike.
I really hope the Mike White
some
jerseys are
asshole named Mike.
because I think I might cop one.
Look, lost in all this. I know the 72 Dolphins are famous for every time the last undefeated team loses a game, they pop a champagne bottle and celebrate. They're the only team to go have a perfect season. So congrats to that 0-16 Lions team and the 0-16 Browns team.
Oh my goodness.
With Detroit getting the tie, they will not have the worse record than you guys did. So y'all can pop a cork that you are the only teams to complete a perfect season. 0-16. So congrats to Lions fans out there. I know you would have wanted a victory, but you got half a win. And on the road to 0-16-1, right? And
You're half a team.
the win percentage says .056, so it's higher than 0. Congratulations, Lions fans.
I'm telling you, just take $100 every week and put it on Detroit, because someone's gonna win money.
To tie?
Oh, you know what? That would really would suck. To like put $100 and just have it push because they should have won.
Because they just keep tying.
Yeah.
Oh.
it's just-
Well, shit. I mean, let's see what happens.
You know what? What are the odds that like a team ties more than once the rest of the year?
I don't know. Has it ever happened before?
No.
To what?
Are you sure?
Has
Tied
there ever been a time where a
twice in a
team
season.
tied twice in one season?
I'm sure there has. Maybe
Fact
not
checked.
modern history, but yeah.
Dude, what? I mean, can you imagine if the Lions get another tie and if it's against Cleveland? Then everybody's like, man, Odell left and y'all tied in Detroit.
Watch, they're going to tie
soon?
the Packers in Week 18 or something like that. So
Oh, it'd be funny if they did.
when
That's
the Packers
okay.
got nothing to play for.
Exactly. Aaron Rodgers will be sipping tequila somewhere else. Yeah, who gives a fuck?
Oh my
Fine.
god. Okay, this is the most random fact ever. The 1932 Chicago Bears had 6 ties during the season.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that was before they played overtime.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like, how do you?
1932.
I didn't even think they track stats that far back, but yeah.
Probably
That's
records, not like in-depth stats, but yeah. So
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, there's probably those records.
all right,
Uh,
so let's move into our What's Bothering the Minorities segment here. And DJ, you're providing something you want to rant about this week. The floor is yours, sir. What you got?
Thank you, sir. So, roughing the passer. The NFL.
What's a good one? This is a good one.
It's a good one.
The
yeah.
NFL has once again failed when it comes to exactly what this is, what it's not, and now it's getting to a point. I mean, it's already to a point of being ridiculous, but we're watching games that not necessarily are decided, but there are critical moments where momentum is shifted because of a quote unquote roughing the passer penalty that isn't one. The league is cupcake basically. If you sneeze on the quarterback, if you put your hand on the quarterback's shoulder and it's a half a second too late, they're going to throw a flag. Even if the quarterback just stands there, it's like, okay, no big deal. I'll take the 15 yards. No biggie. So, example, Saints play the Titans. So, Ellis, linebacker, it's Ryan Tannehill. He has taken one step after Ryan Tannehill threw the pass, which, according to the rule, is what you're allowed to do. You can't take 2 steps, but you can take 1. And then make quote-unquote physical contact with the quarterback, which he did. His face mask hit Ryan Tannehill in the back, which is legal. But his arm made incidental contact with Ryan Tannehill's head. He threw a flag, roughing the passer, and that third down where the Titans would have kicked a field goal is now a second opportunity, and they end up scoring a touchdown. Now, did that decide the game? No. Look at the momentum shift that happened because of that. The line judge was in the backfield next to the referee that threw the flag. Could have very easily had a conference that said, you know what? That was incidental. There was no forceful contact to the head or neck area. It wasn't malicious. Obviously, he didn't get driven to the ground, but he didn't try and drive him to the ground. He pulled up, which was obvious. And they picked the flag up. But because the NFL is quote-unquote cracking down on this, let it go. The Titans get a second chance and they score. A week ago, talking about the Titans again, unfortunately, JC, but
I get it. I know the play you're going to bring up, but go for it. Yeah.
Aaron Donald, Rams. Again, Ryan Tannehill is being chased out of the pocket this time. Aaron Donald's chasing him down. You can see Aaron Donald pull up. He takes one step and pushes Ryan Tannehill. Pushes him. 2 hands to the shoulder because Ryan Tannehill fell down, because last time I checked, what is Aaron Donald, 285, 290? The big guy. Mm-hmm. So when you push somebody who's a Ryan Tannehill size, yeah, he's probably going to fall down. That's just how it goes. But the rest threw the flag. And 3rd and 3, incomplete pass, Rams off the field, turns into 1st and 10 off of a roughing the passer. The rule, because of course I have to go and take a look at this just to make sure I'm not crazy. The official rule from the NFL website, the referee will use the release of the ball from the passer's hands as his guideline that the passer is now fully protected. Once a passer has released the ball, a rushing defender may make direct contact with the passer only up through the rusher's first step, prior to the second step hitting the ground. So in other words, if you take 1 step and you haven't taken 2 and you make contact, then it's not forcible contact to the head or neck. It shouldn't be a penalty. Well, why are we throwing so many flags, and why are we giving teams second chances over cupcake shit? That's what I got. Thoughts?
You prove a good point, because Monday night, remember how Stafford had the roughing the passer call on our lineman that was in the act of falling. He didn't even take a step. He was falling down. And he happened to graze him, and then the mind you, we were beating their heads in. It was already 4th quarter. It didn't matter. But had it been like a tie game where they needed a field goal to win, kind of like the example that you were saying, that's a momentum shift. That's a huge penalty that seriously needs to be considered.
Yeah,
I agree with everything you're saying. I think penalties that cause a dramatic shift in plays, like a penalty that can cause a first down, need to be reviewed by the booth to confirm if the flag is accurate. You know what I'm saying?
Agreed.
They're only doing that with certain PI calls, which is okay. It's a step in the right direction. I get the thought process behind it, but it needs to be for all penalties. Because there are some obvious penalties like holding. Come on, like you know what holding looks like. You know what intentional grounding looks like. You know what illegal forward pass looks like. But stuff like roughing the passer, that usually needs a second pair of eyes. Refs are good. You're catching a lot of stuff in real time. It's a lot of movement and contact, but you can't catch everything, and they know that.
It's a quarterback-driven league because Mike, oh my God, the Patriots quarterback, brain fart, fellas, Mac Jones.
Mac Jones.
His ankle locks are his UFC ankle locks are legal. That's cool, but you can't have an untucked jersey. You can't taunt. So it's not about player safety. It's more about quarterback safety. That's what it seems like, and don't hurt the people's feelings.
And it depends on the quarterback, because how many years have we heard Cam Newton complain that they don't do enough to protect him?
Facts.
And if we bring it up, the situation you mentioned, Ryan Tannehill out of the pocket.
He's not Brady or Rodgers. That's why.
Yeah. Again, is this we can say the debate, is this a color thing? Because most of the time the scrambling quarterbacks, and in a sense Tannehill was a scrambling quarterback. He was a runner. He let go of the ball. Now obviously he fell down, but my thought is, if you're going out of bounds, the safest thing you can do is go to the ground so you don't get falling into whatever equipment's on the sideline to protect yourself.
Yep.
Like going to the ground to stop your momentum is the safest thing you can do. Should that have been called? No, definitely not. The one in the Saints game, definitely not. All these penalties stem back from one guy getting hurt for the year on a hustle defensive play, and that was Tom Brady. If you guys remember this, I think it was week 1. He stepped into a pass. Someone leapt to try and stop him, busted his knee. He was done, which gave rise to who was it that was his backup? Garoppolo? Was it Garoppolo?
At that time, no, I don't think it was Garoppolo, because this was still in the 2000s. You talking about the Tuck rule?
No. It was just a regular season game.
He was like in the passing motion, and like
he stepped forward. A defensive player got knocked to the ground, so he leapt forward to try and tackle him, and he busted Brady's knee.
Okay.
The very next season, they outlawed defensive players diving at a quarterback's leg.
Mm-hmm.
Would that same rule have been put into effect if it was any quarterback other than Tom Brady at the time?
No.
And that's when they started cracking down on this. This came out a few years ago. Defensive guy makes a sack. Oh, he landed with his whole body weight, roughing the passer. It was.
It's funny that you mentioned Tom Brady too, because he's one of the quarterbacks that's very vocal about this has become a really like a really soft game.
Yeah.
Like
which is why he's able to keep playing.
It's very
bingo.
pointless. Like, well, that's why you're still playing for my Bucks, because you're alive. And, but
it's that, and then there's no consistency. And look at the Pittsburgh and Chicago game. Justin Fields got his ass kicked.
Jesus.
How many flags did he get? None. There was one hit where he basically got crumpled in half, and it was definitely forcible contact to the neck and head.
And he said something that everybody.
And he just fucking laid there.
He said something that everybody should be talking about too post game. I don't care if you hate the Bears or love the Steelers or whatever. He said, "How come I didn't get the calls that Ben got? Nobody didn't answer from."
Thank you.
No, like
he said it straight. He straight up said it. He's like, the calls that he got, I was looking for those too. I never got it. So who's got an answer?
So is the issue roughing the passer, or is the issue that it's not called consistently across the league?
I think it's the skin color.
The latter.
Yeah.
It's honestly it's honestly a skin color issue. Like, look at some of the, like you said earlier, look at some of the quarterbacks that love to scramble, and like how they don't get the calls, and what skin color they happen to be most of the time.
Yeah, but then again, you run that same play. Justin Fields or Cam Newton runs the same play that Ryan Tannehill did, where he was the quote unquote recipient of a roughing the passer. They run that same play. They don't throw the flag on Cam Newton
Right.
or anybody
That
else.
was an awful call, and I have nothing against the Titans at all. That I yelled in the chat immediately, like, what a BS call that was.
No,
You know,
I'll
and
agree that was an awful call.
If you're a Titans fan, you take it, right? Because like,
Of course.
yeah, every team gets a few, you know. But
Everybody gets a few.
that was impossible for even the best, most loyal Titan fans in the world to like. Really, like it ruins the game for everybody.
Mhm.
It sucks.
I just don't understand why you just don't let them play.
Because quarterbacks make all your money, and
Well,
I mean, I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying
No.
I'm saying they're old reasoning, you know. But to me, protect all athletes, not just the quarterback, because DeAndre
yeah,
Hopkins.
that's what I was referring
puts-
to.
Yeah, DeAndre Hopkins. I don't know about you, but I'd go fucking pay to go see DeAndre Hopkins. I'd go pay to see Saquon Barkley. Like, it's not just the quarterback. There's so many other skill positions I want to go fucking see. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy to me, and I think it's a skin color thing, and it can't be a money. It can't be a money thing because, yeah, man, I don't know.
Definitely not a money thing. Like,
You mentioned Chick Wing earlier about them reviewing certain penalties and the pass interference one. Do they still review that? I know they instituted after a season after the
Yeah,
whole offensive,
They do.
but have
They
they
do.
ever overturned a call or a non-call?
Yeah, they have.
How many times?
It's few and far between.
I mean, it's really rare because the only ones that are mandatory reviews are the last 2 minutes or so.
Yes.
The last 2
Yeah.
minutes,
Last 2
change
minutes.
of possession, scoring
To,
plays.
to be fair, it's quietly gotten better. But the media could do a better job of saying when things are better and not just when things are bad. Because all we talk about is bad, right? It has quietly gotten better, not great, but it's gotten
Great,
better.
but definitely better. Than...
That first season with the whole pass interference being reviewed, I don't think any pass interference call was like overturned on review.
It just slowed the game down a lot too. Like,
That's all it
especially if
did.
you're not going to
Yeah.
overturn shit. It slowed down the game, and football's already a slow game.
Let's talk about it and then not change anything, but we just wasted a bunch of time to do it. Fuck.
Because ultimately, the replay officials are looking out for the refs on the field. They don't want them to look like they made a bad call.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's all about pride.
Yeah,
The NFL is a very, very, very proud, old, traditional league. And until some people die out and their values die out, this is the shit we have.
Oh,
It's-
I apologize, guys. I was wrong. They scrapped the pass interference thing.
yeah. I think it
did.
only lasted one season.
Oh.
It was a joke, and then they don't even use it anymore. So
Yeah.
and then that one season, like nothing was ever overturned whenever it was challenged.
Uh,
And I get it. Some of these penalties are judgment calls. It's hard to make that. This roughing the passer, I think it's possible. You could say, let's review it. I mean, they review targeting in college football. Even if it's not called on the field, if the booth sees something, hey, there might be targeting here, we want to take a look at it, they'll go look at it.
So
Yeah, I mean, and that's something that they could. I mean, not necessarily. I mean, they could do something like that when it comes to these kind of penalties. Because I mean, you're literally giving a team a first down when they would have been off the field.
Yeah.
So, looking at the pass interference thing, just random stats, there were 13 out of 81 pass interference challenges that were actually successful. So, less than
Wow.
20% of the actual
What the fuck?
calls were overturned. So,
But I mean, that's still a big ratio when it comes to like game-changing penalties. You know what I'm saying?
right.
And so, like, if it was like, 10, 5, maybe even 2%, I can understand why they did away with it. They're like, oh, it's not even worth it. But that's about 15, 18%. That's still kind of big, guys.
Fans can tolerate rules that protect players, but people are losing their fucking minds about bad pass interference. And pass interference should be maybe 10, 15 yards, not spot of the ball. If you're going to be that fucking stupid about it, it should be 10, 15 yards, not, not
like it is in
all
college.
cool. It's on the
Like college.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
College.
College I shit on a lot because they're corrupt, but their rules make so much more sense, and they actually seem they're about much more player safety.
Well,
and
here's the
it's-
thing.
but-
Here's the knock on the college rule with pass interference calls. If you're being outrun by a receiver, and
Yeah.
I will grab you to stop you from catching that pass, it's only going to cost me 15 yards. When
Yeah,
you
as
might have
opposed
the ball
to-
down, like a touchdown or down on the one on the other hand.
15 yards is a lot, though. Like that's a lot. That shit adds up, and it won't break the entire game. I mean,
Compared
you
to the
could cost
40
your
or
team.
50 he might have had,
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm gonna have to side with JC on this one because, like, strategy actually comes into you're gonna stop him after he crosses 15 yards. You're gonna do everything to stop him from getting the ball.
Yeah.
Like it ruins the game, honestly, because like you see receivers get double teamed and like why? Like whatever.
College teams famously intentionally interfered with Darren Sproles' ability to catch a punt only because they didn't want him taking it back on them. Because that's all he did in college.
He did it a lot.
A lot. So teams saw that. I was like, okay, we'll just hit him and take the yardage, you know? And back then, there was only 5 yards.
It was 5 yards from...
And that ain't great. Maybe 15 yards, but that sure shit has to be better than what it has now. When we have Rodgers or Brady or somebody fucking privileged back there, and they launch it, get an incomplete pass on an uncatchable ball, and they're waiting for the refs to throw a flag, that is a phantom. It's foolishness.
That is one thing. The passer, I know we're getting off the roughing the passer, but pass interference, yes. Everyone forgets it's got to be catchable, right? Yeah. Go ahead.
And NFL doesn't care. NFL doesn't care. It could go into the stands and they'll say pass interference, but it was uncatchable. It doesn't matter. Like Mr. Fantastic wouldn't have caught it. I don't understand.
Change
like,
it to
it's crazy.
Holding and we'll go from there. You know. So, what should they change about? What should they change about the roughing the passer rule? Like, what language should they add? I don't know. What would you change to kind of make it better here?
They're football players. They're not ballerinas. They're fucking football players playing one of the toughest sports in the world. And I don't care who you are. If you're playing football, you're allowed to get hit when you throw the ball. Not helmet to helmet, but if it's a clean tackle, it's a clean tackle. You should be allowed to goddamn push them to the fucking ground for millions of dollars and not worry about a flag. Or if you're running into them with momentum and you accidentally hit them, it shouldn't be roughing the passer. Like, roughing the passer is when the ball's out already, clearly, and a second later or something, they get rocked. Like, okay, fine. But, hey, if they have the ball and someone's making a play, like, let them fucking play. The linemen can beat each other up, nobody blinks an eye, but you can't touch the quarterback? Nah. Don't like that.
I would love to just have some third-party entity just step in every single time there's a questionable call and just be like...
Mm-hmm.
Like the eye in the sky thing the XFL used?
Yeah, absolutely.
The NFL had the best idea. Like, literally have someone who has no connection to either team, and they make this final decision. Like, how referees should be acting all the time? No, referees are biased too. Oh, favorite quarterback. Can't even show that.
Oh man, I love this guy. Yeah,
he's on my fantasy team. So yeah.
Yeah, he's on my fantasy team. No, he's gonna stay
money
in.
on
No,
this
we're
game.
good. Yeah. But if you get some third party who's not even in, honestly, you get a third party that's not in the stadium to look at video and say, "Did this happen? Yes or no?" 30 seconds later, you get a yes or a no. That's it. That's your answer.
And even then, roughing the passer is still not clearly defined. Even the eye in the sky catches it. Sometimes it's roughing the passer. Sometimes it's let him play. Like, there's no consistency.
But then you hold those choices if they go to the eye in the sky and those choices are looked at and they are, something that can be looked at again, like a database or whatever, then you get something to compare it to. Then you get consistency.
Oh, it's not a bad idea. It's a good idea. I think it's like, it's one of those problems where you would have to do more than one thing to solve it. But I like the eye in the sky idea, absolutely. It's a good idea.
I mean, as far as language goes, this, basically, prior to the second step hitting the ground, that in there, they're basically telling 250, 300, 350-pound men who are running at full speed, stop on a dime and don't touch the quarterback. That's ridiculous. How can you expect someone to do that?
Tell that to an 80-wheeler.
These are men that are 300 running like, 5-second 40s, 6-second 40s? These are
You're like, yeah, by the way, stop immediately and don't touch this guy or we're going to throw a flag. Well, how am I supposed to do that if I'm running full speed?
Yeah, it's
ridiculous.
Insane.
Yeah, and you can't tell these guys, lose some weight so they can stop quicker because sometimes in their contracts they have to be a certain weight, too.
Yeah, they have to hit a certain weight. Like, wow.
It's one of those ongoing things that is wrong with the NFL that they will just change the language for arbitrarily, much like the taunting rule. Well, who knows what they're going to emphasize in the playoffs, let alone next season. But if you got thoughts on roughing the passer, what they could change, what they should implement, how do you fix this if there's something wrong here? Or the obvious question, is it even being called fairly? Send us a tweet at SportsMinorPod or shoot us a message on Facebook as well, Sports Minorities. And let us know your thoughts. We'd love to hear from you, and maybe share some next week. So
I would love to start a TikTok account for us and just have people send TikToks to us. Just,
that could work.
hey,
That could work.
you got
Yeah.
a good clip? Send it to us on TikTok.
Yeah.
Sports Minorities.
Do it yourself. Getting a pass intercepted by that was thrown to you by Kirk Cousins or something. So
Oh
or
God.
Carson Wentz.
That's
Yeah.
Hey, tag us on the Detroit kick. Oh.
All right, guys. Week 11. Let's see if we can pick a lot better than we have the last couple weeks, especially last week. Bye weeks this week are just Denver and the Rams, and both teams need it right now after losing the way they have. So,
sure do.
but some of these might be some lopsided victories, and some of these are going to be pretty hard to call. There's one right in the middle of the Sunday early games I'm looking at that's like, man, that's going to be tough. But Thursday night, I think we should all make this pick pretty easily. By the way, our pick order this week is Chicken Wing, Rob, JC, Nori, and DJ.
Free pasta.
All right.
The not Atlanta team.
Yes. Thursday, New England, playing as well as they have, are heading to Atlanta. The memories of that old Super Bowl, 28-3, whatnot.
28-3. Yeah.
That's the final score, 28-3.
Is
Yeah.
anybody thinking that
No.
Atlanta is going to get back on the winning track here?
Nope.
Not this year.
Not this year.
No, not at all.
When your social media team is already saying, "Yeah, we know."
Yeah, we know.
When they're playing the second hottest team in the league right now, no, I'm not picking the Falcons. I'm good.
Yeah,
Yeah, no.
they're just too good right now. So,
Yeah.
all right. You know, the funny part is we did that last week. Said, all right, let's move on, easy enough, and then lo and behold, Miami comes out and beats Baltimore. I'll be shocked if the same thing happens right now. So,
I mean, listen, we go by what we have, right? It really is
Yeah.
any given Sunday. Like the Jets' only 2 wins are against top tier teams. So this year has been really, really difficult to figure out. But we got to go with what we have, right, fellas?
yeah. And the Jags' only
Yeah.
2 wins are against NFC East teams, or AFC East teams, I should say.
AFC East.
Yeah, crazy.
Shit could have been East. NFC.
All right, Sunday early games: Indianapolis at Baltimore. Baltimore at Buffalo. Excuse me, getting ahead of myself here.
Buffalo.
Buffalo favored by 7. Chicken Wing, we'll start with you. Who do you think is going to win this game?
Easily, hands down, Buffalo. No questions asked. Love Josh Allen. He's gonna take care of business.
All right, Rob.
I don't know which Buffalo shows up. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I really don't. I'm gonna take Indy right now, just because I have Jonathan Taylor on my team, on my fantasy team, and yeah, I can't trust Josh Allen to play consistent. So
You're still losing hope. Let it go.
I'm taking Buffalo as well. They are at home. Indy's heading that to the house. They got back on the right track. And granted, no better time to get back on the right track than be playing the Jets, right? But
Sorry, ass wife.
yeah, I can see them. I'd be surprised if Indy hangs with them unless there's something seriously wrong with Josh Allen. But I think it looks like he got his confidence back here. Nori.
I might go with Indy. I don't know. I'm very 50-50 on this because the Colts have been playing good. I think they won 3 or 4 in a row. And the Bills have not beaten a really, really good team. I mean, if you're counting Kansas City like week 4 when they were like sucking ass, then I guess. But they haven't. You know, they've been. Them and Dallas have been feasting on a cupcake fucking schedule. It's not their fault. That's their schedule, but it's hard to pick them like, oh shit, they're going to dominate a really good team because we haven't seen it. So I'm very 50-50 in this one. Right now, I'm going to go with the Bills, but I very possibly could change them a bit with the Colts because they've been playing really good.
All right, and DJ.
Going Buffalo on this one. I do trust Josh Allen a little bit more than I would trust anything going on in Indy at this point. So at this point, we're going to go with the Bills.
All right. Next game, 2 teams that are in desperate need of a win right now. Baltimore at Chicago. Chicken Wing, where do you see this one going?
Listen.
Okay.
No.
I understand how they got their asses beat by Miami last week, but Chicago's not Miami.
I don't understand how.
I mean, I don't. You're right. I don't understand either. I'm saying I understand that it happened,
Oh, okay.
but it's not
All
going to
right.
happen again. Is what I'm
Okay.
saying.
All right.
I'm going the Ravens on this one. Better
All right.
coach team, hands down.
Rob?
Taking that Hail Mary and hoping that Chicago learn from whatever Miami did to Baltimore and stick to a run game that, keeps the ball out of Lamar Jackson's hands. Yeah.
Okay.
Chicago.
Yeah, if Chicago pulls it off, then it's like, okay, these two teams just provided the blueprint to beat the Ravens, and everyone's going to follow what they do. But I don't think Chicago's got the talent to do that. So
Nope.
I'm going to go with Baltimore here to get back on the winning track. Nori?
Miami's defense was super good Thursday, and they're the defense that we thought we were getting in the preseason when we picked them to go to playoffs. So I'm glad they showed up, and welcome to the NFL, I guess, fucking week 11. So nice job, guys. Yeah, I think the Ravens will pick it back up. I think they'll win. I don't think Chicago has enough of a talented defensive front to go after a pissed off Ravens team who's lost twice in a row.
All right, and DJ?
Lamar Jackson's still a cheat code, so I'm going Baltimore.
You mentioned Miami being Baltimore. I got to ask you guys, what was, of the two big plays of the weekend that didn't officially count, which was more impressive? The offensive lineman almost scoring a touchdown on a screen pass that is now on an elevator in the Dolphins facility, or that crazy interception that I forget which player from the Niners made on Monday night.
I'm going to go with the lineman.
I'm going to go with the lineman scoring, for sure.
Yeah.
How many times do we see, not only do we see wacky-ass interceptions or catches, when do you see a lineman literally almost break his fucking spine if he lands the wrong way? Like, his head went straight in the dirt. I swear to God, I wasn't even smiling or laughing. I got up and, gasped because I thought that dude was going to fucking die. I've heard of people being paralyzed the way he landed, and I'm so glad he wasn't hurt. But once he got up and he was cool, I'm like, oh, this is, one of the hypest things I've ever seen.
Yeah, this is awesome.
I'm so glad he was okay because but a lineman balling out and not giving a fuck about his body and just his neck is going straight down to hell and his arms are sticking out like I'm crossing the goddamn goal line. I don't know, man. The guy's probably got a 12-incher. That was pretty good.
It fired up a team that definitely needed it too. And if that's the play that propels Miami to start winning
hype
again,
as fuck.
yeah,
That was hype.
Crazy. So I really wish it did count because it's always fun to see the fat guy touchdown dance. So. All right, Detroit at Cleveland. Cleveland favored by 10.5. Does anybody think Detroit can get their first win here?
I'm taking Detroit.
Hold
I'm
up.
taking Detroit.
Well, okay.
Why?
Why? What?
Let's go through the order. Let's go through the order.
All right, we'll go through the order because it's not unanimous here. Chicken Wing, what do you got?
Go ahead.
Fuck.
I was just more curious on why they're favored by that much.
Because they're playing Detroit.
Because it's Detroit. They can't win fucking games, Mike.
Y'all forget this is Case Keenum gonna start for.
Like, you forget that they just
You
fucking
forget that
tied.
they won a
had
game with Case Keenum
won.
earlier in the season? Yeah.
They had the game won and they couldn't make a field goal.
JC, is this that morning game that you're talking about that it's like 50-50 right now?
No.
This is normal time.
not
I don't think
even
there's any more London games the rest of the year. So.
Okay.
Definitely.
Okay.
Nah.
Which I'm sure people in London are happy about because we keep giving them trash to watch play.
I mean, that's.
Let's get to that pick, man.
Buffalo,
Yeah.
guys.
So Chicken Wing, you got who?
I don't. Damn, dude.
Ha! You thought it was going to be unanimous. Yeah, stupid.
No, I
Very big.
didn't. No, I legit didn't because I was like, wait a minute. This is Case Keenum, and I'm leaning towards Detroit getting this first win. Honest to
You're
God.
leaning, but are you picking?
No.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. See if you stick
What?
to that. So,
God,
Yeah.
Mike, why you got to ruin my fun? All right,
Rob,
fine.
go ahead.
I'm going to throw your usual pick, Cleveland.
Oh my God.
Rob's determined to get the Cleveland pick right. I like the persistence, Rob. Persevere, sir.
Absolutely.
I'm going to get this right eventually.
Look, I know you're saying that it's Case Keenum, yada yada yada, whatever. It's Case Keenum. He won a game against a better team earlier this season, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
So
You know what, Detroit? This is for y'all. I'm picking Cleveland.
okay.
Oh my
I'm
God.
picking Cleveland as well. Nori, what about you?
So I'd like to remind everybody the Browns' official stat, the most important one, is that they've never won games back-to-back or lost games back-to-back.
Mm-hmm.
So I guarantee, 100% guarantee again,
my God.
that the Browns are going to win. I'm going to be 2-0 in guarantees this year.
Okay. Yeah, thanhank God you didn't guarantee the Jets last week because.
Jesus Christ, I know.
Yeah.
DJ, what do you
Did.
got?
Yeah, Mike White.
I got Cleveland because Detroit is not
The
going to
other
win.
team.
They don't win
The other
games.
team.
The other team is Detroit, so I'm picking Cleveland. That's pretty much what we're looking at. Yes.
All right, this next one should be unanimous, and obviously I would be picking first anyway. It is the Titans. It is the first of 2 games against Houston. Shout out to the Titans, who have been undefeated against every playoff team from last year, and have statistically now have the easiest schedule to close the season out. And thank God getting through so far unscathed at 8-2. But yeah, I'm going with the Titans over Houston. I'm pretty sure you guys are going to say the same thing. So is anybody picking Houston to get a win here?
No.
Bro, they play them tough though, bro.
They do play as tough, but that was
knock
with
it
Deshaun
off.
Watson.
So pick
Knock
them.
it off.
Yeah.
Knock it off. No.
So pick
Stop.
them. Pick
Stop
them
it
at your
now.
chest.
Just keep it in mind that Detroit has a higher pick percentage than Houston. Just keep that.
I'm not surprised by that.
If the Titans lose this game, I'm going to torture you all year, just so you know.
Oh, God damn it.
Hey,
I mean, we almost have to, if that's the case. I mean,
Like, it would be crazy if there's a Houston team that wins without cheating. I'd be impressed.
oh
Yes.
my God.
Yes. I wouldn't even care if I lose to you, JC. You lost to Houston. Fuck that. Okay. that's all that matters. But no, I'm
Yeah,
not,
like the
I'm
Giants could lose the rest of the games, and but we didn't lose to the Texans.
The Jaguars did. Okay, all right.
What happens?
Green Bay at Minnesota. This one's interesting. Green Bay is only favored by 2 on the road here. Let's see. Chicken Wing, who you got?
I think Rob should go first since he loves Minnesota.
Oh.
Yeah, but
okay,
that's not
fine.
the pick order. You're first. So
Yeah,
go.
goddamn it,
Not
Mike.
the order. Get right.
Fine, ho.
Be-
Get right.
I'm picking Green Bay. Take this game.
All right. Rob?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go Green Bay with this one. They seem like they want to win. I don't.
No, bro, but you love
Oh,
Minnesota.
I know, because
though.
Detroit looks like they want to win too, and you picking them, right? You
These
fucking
fuckers.
clown.
Who does it?
Goddamn circus clown. I hate you so much.
They're going to want to win. Oh, yeah?
Did you not just hear me pick Cleveland? Like, what is your issue?
I picked Detroit.
No. You picked
Mike- I
heard
Cleveland
Detroit. I didn't know
because
Rob picked-
I took your fun from you.
Mick
Fuck you.
took- No, Mike took Detroit, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh hell no, not going the same way as Mike, so I went with Cleveland.
Okay, Robbie redeemed himself. You're back to being the number 1 best friend.
Exactly.
Mike, you're a clown.
Thank you.
Yeah, man, you're a clown, Mike. I don't know what you
Oh
did,
my
but shut
God.
up.
I'm going to go with the only team in that division with a winning record, and that is the Green Bay Packers. So I'm going with Green Bay there.
Packers,
So,
yeah.
Nori?
The Vikings have played everybody tough and good shit on beating the Chargers, but I don't know, man. There's no consistency out of that team. I feel like they're one of the few teams who should be a lot stronger than they are, but the Packers are winning in all kinds of ugly ways, but they are actually winning.
You're winning.
So I'm gonna go Green Bay.
All right, and DJ.
A quick question. Is Fran Tarkington starting for the Vikings? Does anybody know that? No?
Fran.
Okay, I'm going to go Green Bay then.
Nah.
The last winning quarterback for.
Yeah, I'm going to go Green Bay then. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, cool.
I'll take
Nice
Culpepper.
callback.
Would have took him too.
Nice callback.
Facts.
Yeah.
All right, the battle for last place in the AFC East. Miami at the New York Jets. Miami
No,
favored by 3.5 on the road here.
Technically, this is Nori's favorite team at the moment.
That's fucking
I
facts.
mean,
Bro.
Oh no, I'm going with the Jets because Joe Flacco's starting. If there's no Mike White, there's no Nori. I'm a symbiote with him. Wherever Mike White's loyalty goes, that's where I go.
so if Mike White goes to Detroit,
Then I'll be gonna bust out a Lions hat, sir.
okay. All right.
That's what it is.
I'm not even a Jets fan. I'm a Mike White fan. He's too
Okay.
good.
Chicken Wing, who you got?
Oh, you're serious? Oh shit.
Yeah, I'm
going
serious.
Miami,
This
bro.
is not an easy pick.
Yeah, it's not.
Nah. But Nori said it. Flacco starting. I'm going Miami on this one, bro.
All right.
All right, Rob.
No, Mike White. Yeah, we're gonna go with Miami on this one. Mimi.
Watch,
Miami.
Flacco's going to surprise you guys. I'm actually going with the Jets at home.
Oh, do it.
I can't see
Come
Miami stringing together a couple wins like that. Well, they've won 2 in a row, but
They won 2 in a row. Like
They have.
literally, are shooting
I don't know why I said that.
No,
I don't know.
Really?
It's,
You think they can't take the Titans of the fucking Jets that they are, like the Kings, without Mike White? That was their only chance. The second coming of Tom Brady, and now he's benched because they're scrubs. So they want to just lose, and they're picking Joe fucking
Or
Flacco.
the 4 interceptions he threw. That might have something to do with it.
That
There's
might have
nothing to do
to
with
I
it.
mean,
AJ, don't be
everybody
negative.
doesn't
There's
have a bad
nothing.
game.
Listen, man.
Flacco has won a Super
Nori,
Bowl.
I
I'm
was
just gonna
right
throw
there
that
with you
out
last
there.
week. I lost because of that. Just
I
like
know,
you.
so mad. I know.
Yeah, I was pissed off.
God damn it, I'm right.
There's anger. Next week it'll be different, but there's anger right now because he lost me a game.
Yeah.
God damn it, wait.
I'll go with the Jets here. Nori, who you got?
So I'm liking what the Dolphins are doing recently. There's always those teams that wake up like mid-season. I think the Dolphins are remembering, oh shit, we actually have a talented football team, and I don't think there's a Jets that can beat a good, somewhat good defense, and their pass rush is coming alive. So I think the Dolphins win this pretty convincingly, actually.
And DJ.
Miami's defense is balling out right now, and there's no way I'm picking Joe. I'm washed up, but I don't feel like retiring Flacco. So I'm going to go ahead and go with Miami.
Jesus.
If
Yeah.
Miami wins this, are they potentially making the playoffs so they can win out?
No.
No.
They could put themselves.
They got to
Well,
continue
hold
playing.
on. Let me look at their schedule before we answer that. Hold on.
They have 2 more games against the Jets. Then
That is true.
too soon.
If they have 7 more games against the Jets, absolutely, sure.
Let's see. They got the Jets.
They have the Panthers.
They have the
They have the
Panthers.
Panthers.
They have the
Giants.
Giants. Who the fuck knows there? They have the
Saints,
Jets.
Titans, Patriots.
The Saints somehow are good, but they're bad at the same time. It's weird.
Yep.
They have the Titans. They're probably going to blow the brakes off the Titans. And they have the Patriots. So probably not. The other teams would have to really, really fuck up. Like the Bengals would have to keep losing. The Steelers are going to keep losing. I'm gonna watch that. That's maybe they do. Maybe they sneak in.
Okay.
There's potential. I mean, people will start talking about it if they beat the Jets this weekend. So, all right,
Mind if New England wins, they're top of the division.
Facts.
that's true, isn't it? Because they have a
Yeah.
tiebreaker over the Bills, right?
Yep.
But
They're
Bills
on
and
a hot
Patriots,
streak right now.
Bills and Patriots haven't played each other yet, have they?
No,
they haven't.
Let me see.
I
No.
don't think they have
They
this year. Not
did.
yet.
When?
No. I think it's
They
one of the
know.
early games.
No, they haven't played each other. They play
No,
each other
they haven't.
twice
They're
in 4
back-to-back.
weeks coming
That's what I'm
up.
saying. Those are going to be really.
Those are going to be good games.
Yep.
Yeah.
I want to watch that. Yeah,
Those
I'll
are
be
the
tuned
exciting
in for those.
games.
only would have it based on strength of schedule because the Patriots have beaten good teams and the Bills have beaten PP teams.
Oh, it was the Saints game that I'm thinking of.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I'm thinking.
All right, New Orleans at Philadelphia. Saints reeling off a tough loss, and the Eagles are they got to win, right? They beat
It's a
the
tough one.
Broncos, which
Mm.
Dallas couldn't do. Chicken wing, who you
Why?
got?
Why you got to do that? Why you got to do that?
I'm sorry, I had to say it once.
Damn.
Why you got to do that, man? I
God.
Oh,
hope y'all lose
snuck
to
it in.
Houston. I hope y'all lose to Houston.
He just snuck
Low-key
it in there. He was just like, damn.
Yeah. By the way, Dallas couldn't do that. Next segment. What the fuck?
Eh.
You know, I don't even need a sweater with all that fucking shade right now. So
That was wow. That was clean.
JC came to the throat.
I'm trying to add intrigue to this game because normally we might be saying, "Oh, the Saints got this," but the Eagles haven't been looking too bad recently. So, Chicken wing, who you got on this one?
I have the Saints.
Okay.
I have the Saints on this one. Jalen Hurts is he's a middle of the pack kind of guy. Like he's not good, but he's not bad. And he's not gonna.
I agree with that.
He's not gonna. Let me back up. The better coach team is New Orleans. That's why I'm picking this. the way
Agreed.
I am.
Okay, Rob.
I hate doing this, but yeah, I'm gonna have to go with New Orleans on this one. I don't trust. I hate you so much. So much hatred in this channel. 30 for 30, go.
Yes. Yes.
30 for 30. You can go straight to hell. I'm going with Philadelphia just because I hate all of you.
The Saints are reeling right now. They've lost 2 in a row,
Good,
and
make it 3.
the Eagles, they're kind of like in the middle, but they've put. I mean, granted, they had the loss of the Chargers in between, but some wins here and there, and I just I don't know. There's something wrong with the Saints. I know they're playing close, but it's one of those like in baseball, those one-run games. They've lost like 2 in a row by like 2 points. But I'm going with Philly at home to win this one, pull an upset off. Even though technically Philly's favored by 1.5.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Nobody cares about Philly.
All right. Nori.
I'm trying to find a game all season where the Eagles don't score at least 20 points, and I can't. I think I agree with Mike last week. I actually should have won that Eagles pick. I kind of regret that. That was a good pick. So you never say I never compliment you. So record this shit and play in the fucking bathroom, whatever you want to do.
Yeah, I will. I fucking will. Yes.
Yeah. So I think the Eagles are a better team than the Saints because the Saints don't have a quarterback and the Eagles at least have one. So I'm gonna go with the Eagles.
The one time the Eagles did not score 20 points was week 2 when they lost to the 49ers 17.
Yeah, that's long ass time, homie.
Yep.
Long ass time. They've been consistently scoring at least 20 points, and I don't know. Saints somehow they're still in football games. They're playing tough, but I think they're greatly overachieving.
Okay, DJ.
Well,
Greatly.
Remember, we're not rooting for this team, DJ. We're not rooting for them. Just tell yourself that. We're not rooting.
No, I hate Philadelphia so much.
Well, then go for 30 for 30.
Well, wait, do you hate Philadelphia or do you hate agreeing with me? That's the real question.
I hate them both. Actually, being honest, I hate all of it. I hate all of it.
Take both of them, put it in a blender, and fucking drink it and choke on it.
But I will say I do think Philly at this point I'm going to go with Philly because they did come off a big win and the Saints are reeling and I don't really know when they're going to get back on a winning track. So I'll go Philly for the time being.
No one picking the 30 for 30?
No, not going 30 for 30. I mean, it's there for the taking, Rob. It's there for you.
No.
That's all you, big dog.
Potentially now one of the more intriguing matchups, I got to say, only because both teams have looked good last week, right? You know, Washington at Carolina. The Panthers got their first win with Cam Newton back, and he made everybody know too when he scored a touchdown that he was back. And the chosen one, second coming, Tyler Heineke, as Chicken Wing likes to call him,
Truth,
in Washington. So,
Okay.
But we all know Cam Newton is Mike's favorite player. He won't admit it, but he is.
well, then this will be interesting to see where he goes with this. So, Chicken Wing, who you got?
Hey, you should have picked Washington last week, right? He's the truth. Go ahead.
He is the truth, but he's losing to both Christian McCaffrey and Cam Newton. So yeah, that's an easy pick, Carolina.
All right, Rob.
I hate doing this because I need Heineke to actually do good, but I'm picking Carolina.
Okay. Same for me. Going with Carolina at home. You know this game's gonna be crazy to see Cam Newton back at home with Panthers jersey on. So Carolina for me. Nori.
Panthers are quietly getting healthy. They might even be able to sneak into the playoffs because all the other teams are a fucking disaster. So,
Funny you say that.
Washington took advantage of a really, really injured Tampa Bay team, but they're still a very talented Tampa Bay team. So I'm surprised. They're playing better, but I don't see them beating the Panthers. They're playing pretty good football right now.
All right, and DJ.
Panthers comfortably. I mean, Cam coming back energized that team. There's something he brings to the locker room that nobody else can bring, and he brought that, and they absolutely beat down Arizona. I get it. Kyler Murray wasn't there, but I mean, the same team was basically on the field the week before that, and they won. And then come into Carolina, Cam comes back, and he touches the ball twice and scores twice. I mean, there's enough said there. Carolina.
King. He's a king, dude.
King McCoy was not.
And the final of the early Sunday games. Chicken Wing, your Niners are going all the way across the country to take on the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Remember, Mike, you allegedly picked against the 49ers all year, right? Because they're that bad. So
I was going to say, I wonder if he's changed this one to fix it. But
let's go.
Do your guns.
Let's talk about your Niners, Chicken Wing. What you got?
Urban Meyer.
Mind you, less than 5 minutes ago, I was making fun of JC for potentially losing to the Texans. It's gonna go equally as bad if we lose against the fucking Jacksonville Jaguars.
I agree.
Yeah?
You're never going to hear the end of that.
Wait,
Yes.
do you have the Lions on the schedule? Because, motherfucker, if you lose to the Lions, I swear to God.
I don't think so.
Lucky you. Okay.
They
No.
don't.
Jags it is. Well, you do play the Texans after New Year's, too.
We played in week 1.
Oh, that's right.
So,
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
The opportunity.
the bullet.
was
I dodged a real
I
bad
dodged a bullet.
because they almost came back on us too.
Yeah. Oh, I remember. 16 points in the fourth quarter. Sons of bitches.
Yeah, Rapper's like, how much are you drinking? Don't worry about that. Anyway, no, definitely picking my team. I think given all the losses that happened over the weekend, we're actually still in the playoff hunt, believe it or not. So I think
Fucking stupid.
I know it's amazing, right? But no, I'm not even happy about that because like, why play and win and then not make the playoffs? You know what I mean? Play for the draft pick, but. I'm a hopeful, so I'm gonna go ahead and go for my team here.
Oh, now you're hopeful? Now? Oh, that's good.
Now he is.
I mean, I'd be hopeful against Jacksonville too.
Beat a division rival, yeah.
Yeah,
He played
thank you, Jacksonville.
Well, is
That's
anyone
the
here
reason-
picking Jacksonville to beat a team not in the AFC East this weekend?
I'm actually 50-50 on it, but I'll wait my turn.
Okay. Well, Rob, I assume you're going San Francisco?
Yes.
All right. As am I. So, Nori, it's your turn.
I'm 50-50 on it because the 49ers own the Rams. Right? They just own them. But they're a more talented team than the Jaguars, but they are disappointingly inconsistent this year, which sucks because I like 49ers. But the Jaguars, ever since Urban Meyer stepped out, have beaten the Bills, have almost beat the Colts. They only lost to them by 6. So if we get enough whores in Jacksonville this weekend to really, really fucking let him just do whatever he wants, trans men, women, all of you combine your forces, and really, really help Urban Meyer, whatever this good man needs. Jacksonville might pull this off. I really don't know. They've been playing tough ever since he stepped out. So just saying, there's something to that, man. I don't know.
Oh my god, I hate you so much.
I don't know if that was a pick or not, but we'll move on. DJ, who you got?
Well, I was going to say San Francisco. Mm-hmm. So that very compelling argument from Nori. So I guess
something to this. There's something to this. Look at the goddamn scores. Look at the scores the last 2 weeks. Look at the scores the last 2 weeks.
If we get enough cooperation, Jacksonville can win this game.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm not rooting for them, but just look at the facts. Look at the facts. If you don't care about his marriage, I don't give a fuck about his marriage either. I'm talking about football games.
And he clearly doesn't.
The Bills, they lost by 6 to the Colts, who were playing hot. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Okay, so my gut says San Francisco. I'm going to stick there for now, but we've got a few days to see if we get the cooperation we need. If we get that, because there'll be videos posted if we do.
I mean,
so if
just
we
check
get
Twitter.
that, then I'm going to switch the pick.
You're right. Check Twitter.
Check Twitter.
Should I check his wife's account or his daughter's account?
Both.
Both.
Oh, too soon. Okay, I got it. All right.
As a disclaimer, I'll say we, as the Sports Minorities podcast, do not condone ruining a marriage, but those comments were just fucking funny, so that's why we're laughing. All right.
We condone anything and everything to get our goddamn picks right. Don't listen to him.
All right, the late afternoon games is Cincinnati at Las Vegas. Cincinnati only favored by 1 here on this one on the road here. Chicken Wing, who you got?
I'm taking Cincy.
All right.
I believe in the AFC North should have a new king, and that is Cincy.
Do you think they can topple Baltimore?
Yes.
At this rate, maybe.
At
There's
this
no one
rate.
else to win the division
Yes,
anymore.
have y'all seen Baltimore play?
Yeah, that's true.
It went from a competitive division for like 3 weeks to now nobody wants to win anymore.
Yeah.
Case in point, Pittsburgh, because they didn't want to beat Detroit.
You know, the funny part is that tie might help Pittsburgh get to a wild card because it helped Carolina a few years ago get their division. Remember that?
Yes,
Yeah.
I did.
So, all right, Rob, where are you going with this?
Do I have to pick one?
Yes.
I'm gonna go with Vegas just because right now they are competitive in their division. Like they're literally a game out of first place.
Okay.
So you see it as motivation.
Yeah, like you're
Okay.
not completely out of it. Like you don't play for a draft pick and you still have a shot at the playoffs. So why not give your best?
And neither is
Right.
Cincy. And you know, if Baltimore loses and Cincy wins, I think Cincy's back in first place, barring a Pittsburgh win this week. But I'm the Raiders got exposed last week. It's KC. I mean, there's good losses and bad losses. That was a bad loss. That can demoralize a team. So I think the Raiders got exposed, and I think Cincy's going to come in and win this one in Las Vegas. Nori, where you going?
The Bengals have lost 2 in a row. The Raiders have lost 2 in a row, but I still think the Bengals could fix this. The Raiders, I don't care who you are, not to shit on them, but losing your head coach and your best wide receiver, I don't know how any team can overcome that. They seem like there's a lot going on, and that sucks. But yeah, I think they're falling apart, understandably. And I think the Bengals right the ship and they take advantage of them. Like they lost to the Giants, they got their backs blown out by fucking Kansas City. So I'm gonna go with the Bengals.
Okay, and DJ.
Going with the Bengals, literally for all those reasons right there.
Thanks, DJ. Good insight.
Yeah,
Gotta be
absolutely.
Costa.
Absolutely. I told you I had the tech. That's the tech.
Yes.
You mentioned that about the Raiders. It's pretty sad when people are putting up fake memes like days without a PR nightmare in the franchise, and it's been like, what, 4 or 5 days now for the Raiders, right?
4 days.
Yeah.
Yes.
Damn,
And
I
now,
haven't seen that meme.
The John Gruden lawsuit suing the NFL and Roger Goodell.
I'm suing
I'm all for it. All the
Yeah.
original white men are coming for each other. I love it.
If it means they're going to expose exactly what was in the investigation, great.
I'm all for it.
Now,
We're not gonna
rumor
see it.
has it,
We're not gonna
supposed
see any of
rumors,
it.
that they're forcing Dan Snyder to sell Washington football team. I'll wait and see if it happens. I'll believe it when I see it.
San Antonio
NFL owners
football
typically don't do that.
team.
Huh?
NFL owners typically don't do that. The NBA does. NFL
Yeah, the NFL doesn't. I doubt it. So, but this lawsuit against Goodell and the NFL by John Gruden, we'll see what happens. I mean, NFL's trying to say it's meritless, but if a court takes the case and some records become public, we're going to find out a whole lot about this Washington football team investigation.
They also said the Kaepernick lawsuit was meritless too, and then that man settled. So
Yeah, I don't think Gruden's going to settle, be honest with you. I think he wants to expose what exactly happened. He wants to expose
he's rich.
everything.
He's rich, and I just worry about his reputation. He don't need the money.
Yeah.
He don't need hush money.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Gruden doesn't seem
If
like
he's
the
part
guy
of
to
it,
settle.
take everybody
So,
with you. I want everybody responsible. If he fucked up, cool. I want everybody responsible, not just him.
Yep.
Might as well. He's been kicked out of every
DJ,
Mhm.
Ring of Honor.
DJ, how do you feel about a new Dallas owner going to step up pretty soon here, once this case and shit is settled? Just
Oh.
saying.
What?
I mean, are you saying that for sure Jerry Jones is involved?
I mean,
I mean, Mike, what has been leaked to you?
call
that
a
you
spade a
have?
spade, but he's an old white dude. He's probably
all
in
old
his
white dudes.
80s.
I was going to say, you're not
is it?
really
I was
Who
like,
is it?
that's the whole.
like the only old white dude that doesn't
All
own
the
a
majority
team.
owners.
The only owner
all the
that's not an old
majority
white dude
owners-
is the Titans owner. It's because she's a woman. But, you know,
Well, what about? Well, actually, Jacksonville. Con.
Jacksonville. Yeah,
that's true. Con.
So
There you go.
two out of
Con.
two out of the 30 teams. Like
32.
32, yeah.
so, yeah. I don't know. I mean, Jerry Jones has many things, but I haven't heard anything leaked of him actually doing any of that shit. So
Me either, Mike. What info do you have?
No, he just wants to talk shit. Anyways,
Yeah. He doesn't have a smartphone that can get hacked to, and he's still on a flip
No,
phone.
I just want him gone. Like,
Okay.
I legit want him gone. And
Wow.
it's not
Why?
because...
why? Because his
Well-
team's winning, and
No.
Yours
It's not
isn't?
because the team's winning. It's because of the fact that if he hadn't been here the past 10, 15 years, Dallas would probably have 7 Super Bowls.
time out. Let's revisit this. You hate the Dallas Cowboys
Yeah,
franchise.
why would
Wait,
you want us
You
to have
want the guy
championship?
who's stopping them from winning to leave. Like
it's
that's
like
I
it's
would
like
know.
JC
I would know
saying he didn't
JC's
want
hat.
Bill O'Brien.
Yeah.
JC's like,
I can
understand.
objectively speak, and like I've had conversations like this with DJ all the time. It's just like it's just so frustrating watching a franchise who you know is legitimately good on paper with players, staff, coaching staff, everything, and your season just falls apart because you have an owner who doesn't know shit about football.
No,
well,
it's
he
not,
must
because
have
the
you
Texans are dealing with
legitimate-
that shit too, and I'm loving it, personally.
I mean
Yeah,
that's you personally.
Yeah.
yeah, division rivals of a fan. Why would I want Dallas to be successful?
I want
I'm
Bill
not-
O'Brien
I'm
to
not
buy the
denying
Houston Texans, name himself general manager and coach, and just run that fucking franchise to the ground. Then he won't
I
fire
hope Jerry
himself.
Jones is there the next 100 years. I hope he founds the fountain of goddamn youth and fucking no, my
I was
kids
gonna say.
can't run this team. I'm still here, and it's keep fucking up. I love it.
He's
Random
going to
ass
have to do that because he's already an old man. I mean, if he's 100 more years, holy shit! Can you imagine?
Well,
Lord
Brandon
of mercy.
Holmes
He's wondering,
still
the
own the
fountain of youth
Vikings?
is in Florida. I've been there. Drank from it. pretty cool.
Nice.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm immortal, yeah, by the
JC
way.
and Paul Rudd.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, if that means I'm on the cover of People Magazine's Sexiest Man Alive, I'll take it. Sure. Yeah.
Hey,
All right, let's get to Cowboys and Chiefs. You guys,
All right,
you
yeah,
guys
Cowboys and
are out of
Chiefs.
control. You guys are out of control.
That's all right. This is interesting too. Both franchises actually started in Dallas, believe it or not. The Chiefs, before they moved to Kansas City, were the Dallas Texans, one of the first AFL franchises. So a little history for you guys. DJ, this is going to be a tough one for your Cowboys. Where are you going with
It won't
that?
be tough for him. Just wait.
All right.
It won't be tough for him.
He said just wait. It's his team.
Just wait.
Okay.
Here it comes.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going with the Cowboys, of course.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, the Cowboys are going to win this game. So
Why?
it's a very good question.
They're going all the way.
No, I'm not going that far. I'm not doing anything like that. I'm taking it week to week, Mike. I'm not doing all that stuff. So even after last week, I mean, yes, it's the Falcons, so we're not expecting great things from the Falcons at the end of the day. They may sneak into the playoffs, but it would be sneaking in. They're definitely not looking, not on the inside looking out, basically. So, but it was a first in offense. They're fourth in passing, fourth in rushing, first in points. And the Chiefs don't play defense. We know that.
You were all that until you saw Denver, sweetheart.
Oh.
Yeah, but then we came back and beat the shit out of Atlanta. I mean, Denver's one game, dude.
Atlanta.
Everybody has that.
Yeah, Atlanta.
Everybody has a bad week, Nori.
Say that out
So
loud
you
again.
should.
Say
Everybody
that
has a bad week,
Atlanta.
Nori.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's true. He had a bad week of picks last week. He's not lying. So,
Yep.
That's very true. I'll take that.
yeah.
Still going with Dallas to win that game, though.
We all did. We all picked Dallas to beat Atlanta. It's fucking Atlanta, homie.
Yeah.
It's not a good team.
I'm talking about this week, Nori. Picking Dallas to win this week.
Okay. Chicken Wing, where are you going?
I'm going with Dallas. Not. Fuck you. I hate you.
All right, fucking Borat. God damn it. Like 20 years old jokes.
Not.
I
Jesus
know,
Christ.
Not. No, I'm actually gonna go with Mahomes, and he gonna give me another win this week. Let's go.
All right.
Didn't say
Rob?
Mike.
Yeah, I'm taking the better offense against the worst defense, so let's gotta go with the Dallas Cowboys today.
Okay. I think Dallas will get one more win against an AFC West team this season, but it's not going to be till next week when they play the Raiders. They're going to lose this one to Kansas City. So I'm going with KC. You're going to a tough place to play. Arrowhead's not exactly easy to play in this time of year. So, Nori, where are you going?
The only good team the Dallas Cowboys have beaten all year is the Chargers, and even then they're inconsistent. So the only team with a winning record they've beaten is fucking the Chargers. If they better hope and pray to any god they fucking believe in that they don't get last week's Chiefs, because if they do and the Chiefs are back, no team in the NFL is going to beat them. So
So the Raiders are a good team?
the Raiders.
I mean,
He's talking about
Kansas
Dallas,
City-
not the Raiders.
No,
No,
what I'm
Chiefs.
saying is he said if we get the Chiefs of last week, so they played the Raiders, but
Look
the
how
Raiders...
they played last week. I don't think anybody could have stopped them. Look how they played last week. They played,
how the Cowboys
they
played
played
last
like
week.
the Chiefs of old. That's how they played last week. And the Raiders are falling apart, but my man, look how many points they put on them. Look how Mahomes played. They adapted to all the people that were adapting against them again last week.
Okay.
I like how everybody's saying that the Raiders are falling apart. Did we forget about Cleveland? They literally are falling apart.
No, but they're not. Cleveland's consistent. Cleveland's consistent. They win, they lose. They win, they lose. Look at the record. I didn't make it up. I told you guys
It's
last
just
week.
that their losses look so bad. You
That's why I
think they're
picked
falling
the
apart.
Patriots.
Yeah.
That's why I picked the Patriots last week, and I'm the only one who got that. I said, look at the inconsistent the Chiefs are. Not Chiefs. The Browns. Well, the Chiefs too, but the Browns. Like every week, there's a pattern: win, lose, win, lose, win. Even the bye week, they probably wouldn't win that. It's crazy. So, yeah, I think Kansas City, like they've got tired of we've seen them be successful, right? We haven't seen Dallas be successful in the playoffs. We haven't seen them really beat really good teams, and the Chiefs sure as shit haven't beaten any great teams this year either. But we've seen them have an MVP. We've seen them have a Super Bowl. So they looked like the Chiefs we thought we were getting in the preseason. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, Dallas in the 90s. Oh, sorry.
If the Chiefs also pull off this victory too, you might as well print it up. They'd be the NFC East champions because they will have swept the entire division. So,
Get out, GC.
Wow.
all right, Arizona at Seattle. Chicken Wing, I know you hate both teams, but where are you going with this one?
Where do you go?
If
with
Kyler Murray is starting, I'm going Arizona. But for right now, I'm gonna go with Russ.
Okay, Rob.
If God King McCoy is playing, I'm going with Arizona. So I'm going with Arizona.
Oh, okay.
God King McCoy.
Got King McCoy.
If not just Kyler Murray, but if DeAndre Hopkins is still out, I'd probably go Seattle. But right now, I'm picking Arizona because I don't know how they're not playing twice in a row. This is a big game. Arizona needs this one. Even if you're just a little bit hurt, you better get out there and play because you need this win. So I'm going with Arizona right now. Nori?
I'll go with Arizona because I don't even care who's starting for Seattle. Like, Russell Wilson's clearly very hurt and he's out of sync. I've never seen them score 0 points and just trending in completely wrong direction. And if Geno Smith starts, all the more fucking assures you that the true God King Slayer of McCoy, who owns the Seahawks, beat him last year too. Mm-hmm. Cardinals got this. They've consistently been very, very strong all year. I don't see them losing to Seattle.
All right, and DJ.
Arizona. I mean, Seattle got blanked last week, and I can't imagine that Arizona can't take them down, even if it is Colt McCoy under center. Although I do think Kyler Murray will play, Colt McCoy can take care of it too.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Sunday night game, Pittsburgh at the Chargers. As I understand it, Roethlisberger is not healthy, correct?
No, he's not.
He's not. So it's Mason Rudolph again?
Yeah.
Then
So
based
is
on that,
anybody picking the Mason Rudolph Steelers? Let's just ask this.
let's just ask it right now. Is anybody go with the Steelers?
Nope.
No.
Hell no. You couldn't even beat Detroit. Shut up. Get out of here.
All right, and here we go. Monday night minority matchup. It's Nori's Giants at Rob's Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So in the case of a minority matchup, everyone else is going to pick first, and then these two guys are going to pick last here. So, Chicken Wing, who you got in this one?
Tampa. Not even
All
a
right.
question.
I'm going to go with Tampa as well, but if Brady loses 3 in a row, there's something about playing against the Giants he just does not like. But
Is Eli playing?
I was just about to ask that.
We
Tom
almost beat him last year with much less talent. But go on.
that's true.
Man.
The Giants are starting to click too. So, DJ, who you got?
The Bucks.
All right. Now, Nori, your team is on the road here. It's a little bit of bragging rights for you against Rob here. So, who you got in this game?
I'll let Bob go first. He's just going to say Bucks, then I could just go. So
Okay.
Okay. Bucks. Okay, go.
there you go.
All right, then.
So
All
this is
right.
why I think the Giants. This is my upset pick, and logically, the Bucks lost to the Saints with no quarterback. Then they had their bye week. Then they somehow lose to the fucking Saints. Excuse me. They lose to the Washington football team. I don't understand what's going on. I think it's injuries. I don't know if they're out of sync, but I think if there's ever a time where we're ever going to beat the Bucks, especially when we're getting healthy, I think we're trending in the right direction. They're trending in the wrong direction. I know the Bucks are a better team, but I really feel like we could beat them.
Especially
You
coming
are
off
part
a
of
bye
the
too,
team.
right? So
Yeah.
Saquon's allegedly going to play. I think Jason Garrett is finally realizing that there's some talent in his body, some fucking wear that he found. Just run the ball more. Even if Barkley's completely healthy, Booker has been fantastic. And the Buccaneers are pretty hurt. I think JPP is. Rob can correct me if I'm wrong here, but I think Sue and JPP are still not playing.
Correct.
That's a huge factor for me in that the team is not completely healthy.
and the Bucks just put Sherman on IR today too. So
Yeah, there's a lot of problems going on with the Bucks. I still think they win the division, but I think the Giants could pull off the upset.
Good thing we didn't pick his ass back up.
all right. And Rob, what do you got?
Oh, I already said it, Bucks.
He said Bucks, yeah. He
Oh,
said
you
Bucks.
did. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Bucks, go. There you go.
Bucks.
That's right.
Hey, you got it. All right.
I got you.
That'll be a fun one to watch, especially in the group chat to see you guys going back and forth. Unless you guys are going to be in Discord voice chatting while we're watching the game.
I'm
So
gonna go probably to a Giants bar to watch it, and I'll see if Rob wants to go.
hopefully they show it on Manningcast. You know,
Loser.
wherever bar
That
you're
would
going
be
to, they
good.
put the Manningcast
Yeah.
on it. So 'cause that's been fun.
You going to the same one we went to last time?
It's a Deal Sports Bar by UTSA.
Yeah.
Birds up.
Okay, that's fine.
Cool. Well, those are our
Good.
picks for week 11. Next week, of course, we'll recap how we did. Hopefully, it's a lot better than we did this time. See if there's any more ties, and then we'll make our predictions for week 12 and going forward. For the runners themselves, you mentioned UTSA. Big game this weekend.
10-0.
10-0. And playing the Alabama Birmingham Blazers, another team that's going to join them in the AAC. And shout out to UAB because just a few years ago, the whole state of Alabama just shut down their entire football program. I don't know if you guys remember this story. They voted to shut it down, and they had to fight to get it back. And now they're potentially playing. This is basically a playoff for the West Division title in the Conference USA. If UTSA wins, they will be hosting the Conference USA Championship game in 2 weeks from the Alabama. Woo! So, pretty cool. Go
Tickets.
Runners, pack the dome. What's up?
Birds up.
Birds
One
up.
tickets.
And I don't normally do this because most of the time kids won't listen to this show, but I want to shout out my daughter's softball team, the Valkyrie. This past weekend, they had to play all day. They were seeded 5th in a 5-team double elimination tournament, and the top seed was actually a select team from another league who really just want to be a part of the tournament, so they brought them in. The only 2 losses they had were that team. Won the first game, lost the second, battled all the way back to make it to the championship. Lost the championship, but still got a finalist championship ring, which, by the way, kids now, they give them rings instead of trophies, and they're pretty nice. But that loser's final game went 3 extra innings before the winner was decided. And the way they decided in Coach's Pitch and Pony League is, okay, put your last 3 batters on base. It's bases loaded, 2 outs. Go. Woo! And they had to do that.
What I'm hearing is they're more than qualified to coach the Lions.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, I agree with you there.
It was a hell of a game. They won by 1 run in the 3rd extra inning. My daughter scored one of the 3 runs in that last frame to push it over the edge. So I say it's pretty awesome because I've seen this team really. All the other teams in this league have been established in the fall league. Like, they played together. They know each other. A lot of the girls on my daughter's team never played any softball before this fall league. And for them to bounce back the way they have, like, so many of them were literally afraid to catch the ball. Now they're confidently catching, they're confidently hitting. And it's been pretty awesome to watch the growth. So I'm just enjoying being a softball parent and loving it. It's amazing. So congrats to the Valkyrie. Every single one of us and the parents are so proud of you, and looking forward to how the tournaments go. We got a big fundraiser this weekend too, and then how the spring season runs. So congrats, and it was pretty awesome to watch. So if you're a parent of a athletic kid, just remember to support your kids with it. Remember that the child first, the sports second, and encourage them to do it, because especially coming out of the pandemic, my daughter has enjoyed being on a team again, and an all-girls team, because before she played t-ball with boys and girls. So it's a real good bonding experience, and they're all really good friends. It's been pretty nice to see. So that'll do it for us this week on the Sports Minorities podcast. Let us know your picks. Let us know your thoughts on the roughing the passer and pass interference penalties, as we talked about in our What's By the Minorities segment. And I'm your host, JC, resident Titans fan. Tighten up. Let's keep it going. Joining me, of course, are...
Chicken wing. Nobody's got it better than us. Niners fan all day, every day.
Now you're Niners fan? We weren't last week.
Shut your ass up. I'm a day one. All right. I'm a day one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just like it's day 1 Atlanta fan.
Yeah. I want them to lose all their games. Okay, and I'm a number 1 Niners fan. Jesus Christ. I am the greatest Kansas City Chiefs fan coming next week. I'm not sure.
Greatest Kansas City Chiefs fan?
Facts, bro.
Yeah, well, he gave up on his Bills like the other week, so.
Yeah, Bills Mafia, you know?
I mean, I had Mike White. I didn't need any other role models. I had Mike White, so now
I had Mike White too,
right.
damn it. I was
was a
with you,
Jets
Nori.
fan.
We were together, Nori, with Mike White, and he let us down, man.
I'm still getting this goddamn jersey for Christmas. I don't care about it.
So Chiefs fan on Sunday, Giants fan on Monday. Got it.
Yes.
Totally. Hey, y'all, it's Rob. I learned to set an alarm today. It was great. Also a Bucks fan, and yeah, just enjoying life. Laters.
DJ, resident Cowboys fan, and I guarantee I will have more wins this week than I did last week. There it is.
Nice.
It's
I hope
taking
so.
high low over
I-
4. Yeah.
I sure as fuck hope so, homie.
Yeah,
Aim
so
high.
do I.
Yo.
That's
So do I.
Aim high, because if you don't get
Because if I don't, then I won't be in first place anymore. I can't have that shit.
because
You
if
end up
there's
with
some kind
4.
of
If there's another
there's some-
tie, my God. So,
yeah, because what if like the Colts, Bears, and Lions and Falcons all pull off fucking wins? DJ's gonna be like on meth. So yeah.
I don't know. This might be a good day for like a really wacky parlay or something. Hey guys, just bet on everybody.
Just saying.
real quickly, true or false? There will be one more tie in the NFL this season.
True. I'll go with true.
It'll be a Detroit again. They will
Against
not
the
get a
Packers
win.
Week 18.
They're not
No,
winning.
because if they have 2 ties, that's basically a win, right?
Yeah, that's true. One full win.
True.
Yeah, that's the math. Yeah.
So they're gonna be the first team in the Super Bowl era to get at least 2 ties. I see that.
That's true.
And not technically a win.
Wait. Oh,
Super
yeah,
Bowl
well,
era.
definitely Super Bowl era, yes.
Yeah. Thanks everyone for joining us on the Sports Minorities podcast. We will catch you guys next week. It'll be out a little bit earlier next week, by the way, because that is Thanksgiving week, so we'll be lots to talk about. Stay safe out there, and we'll talk to you then.
later.
Thanks everyone once again for listening to the Sports Minorities podcast. We do appreciate it. If you want to keep the conversation going, we're on Twitter at Sports Minor Pod and also on Facebook at Sports Minorities. Our YouTube channel, Sports Minorities. Search on there. We live stream every now and then, just some random stuff. And you can also reach us via email, sports.minorities@gmail.com. We do appreciate you taking the time out of your day to listen to us, and we'll catch y'all next time.
My question is, what's more of a disappointment for the last 30 years? Being a Dallas Cowboys fan or being Urban Meyer's wife?
Urban Meyer's wife, easy.
Jesus
God.
Christ.
Because
Come on, man. That's listen. I as a Cowboys fan, there's not a marriage there. We're talking about literally holy matrimony, and she has to go watch him grind other women.
right, but like at least she knows when she's going to get her back blown out. Dallas fans,
She knows.
Jesus.
She
Oh,
knows.
Jesus.
How many
just
championships
saying.
have the Cowboys won over the last 30 years, though?
Oh my God. 30?
30?
In 2021 now.
go ahead, do the math. That's how bad this franchise is.
3?
Oh wait,
Is it 3?
I think it's 3, yeah.
Well, Urban Meyer's won 3 championships at that time, too, so can't go based on that.
Shit.
Yeah.
Shit. Damn.
How many other women has he grinded?
I don't
but
know.
hey, and that's
I'm asking. I'm asking for a friend. I don't know.